So in episode 3, we discussed Terraform state. Just as an added point, something I've learned since that video is that your state file does contain sensitive information. So maybe don't show it in a YouTube video. But in this video, we're going to discuss variables, outputs, and file structure. Variables provide consistency, reusability, and this means fewer mistakes. We can provide simple inputs for things like region, server type, image, even our environment name. So to get started, we're going to create a series of variables. This is our updated variable TF file, and you can see that we had the SSH key already in here, but now we have server name, the default image, a default server type, location, firewall. We can go into our main TF, can replace our previous hard-coded values with these values. So in our server, we've updated all of those values with our variables, and then even with our firewall name, we can make sure that matches up. Don't want to put the SSL firewall name in SSH. So we can see now how our main TF just looks a lot cleaner. All these variables could be passed in via the command line, but they also have default values. So we can just create it exactly like we did. Theoretically should be able to deploy and it will use all the defaults. So let's see if that works. Looks like the names are being applied. Let's see. We have the location, the server type, the server name. Yeah, so it looks like our variable file is providing all of these variables, and now we don't have any more hard-coded information. So let's go ahead and get into our outputs file. Some things that you might want to output are the server name and an SSH connection string. Also, something to know with outputs is you can mark outputs as sensitive. And sensitive outputs won't be showed in the console, but they are stored in a JSON file. And this JSON file stores all your variables or all your outputs. But the key for that is when you need those outputs to pass as inputs to something like Ansible or something like that, you have them available. So that's why we create this output file. So let's go ahead and create our outputs.tf. And so then you can see here, I have some outputs that I have added: the server IP address, the server ID, the server name, the SSH key name, the SSH key fingerprint, and then an SSL command as well as the firewall IDs. And these are things that could be used by another process. So let's see how the outputs help us. So here we see all of our outputs, and one of the things that has been outputted is a nice SSH string that we can use to connect to our servers. So the connection string that we have, we can then use to gain access to it that way. We can see that we've got our variables working, we've got our outputs working. Just taking a little look at our file structure right now, it's not looking the most amazing. What we could do is we could restructure a few things just to make it a little bit easier. We could add a new file for firewalls, and then in our main, we could go ahead and remove them and place them in our firewalls file. You could even create a firewalls folder and create individual files for each of your firewalls, especially if your firewall file was getting extremely long. That might be a good option. Another thing that we could do is we can create a new file for providers, because you could have multiple providers. So we can go ahead and take this and drop this in our providers file. And then we could do just one more and create a new file for SSH keys. And then we can just move this to there. And then we save our main TF. Let's run a Terraform plan and see if it's going to make any changes. No changes. So it detected our new file structure. So now we don't have these huge files that we're scrolling through. Everything is kind of broken up, clean, able to be easily reviewed. In this video, I learned how to remove strings from my Terraform files and replace them with variables to make my code more reliable and more readable and more adaptable. I also used outputs to output information so that I could connect to my server via SSH without having to log into my cloud console. And hopefully in future videos, I'll learn how to use those outputs as inputs into other services. We also discussed file structure and how we can take one large file, break it up into a bunch of smaller files, and that makes our Terraform files much easier to read and much easier to manage. I imagine we're going to get into more Terraform structuring in the future because we're going to need to create more folders, especially as our enterprise grows. In the next video, I'm going to be working with modules and see if I can figure out how modules factor into our infrastructure as code and our Terraform deployments. I hope you're enjoying this video series. I know I'm really enjoying learning a lot about Terraform, and I still have a lot to go before I get to my final video where I'll discuss CI CD automation. See you next time. If you found this video interesting, consider subscribing